All right, what's up, everybody? It's Cosmic Heayman here. Welcome to the Cosmic Heayman podcast, and I'm here with my very great friend. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kaylin Major. I'm also known as Kaylin Nugget on Instagram. Go follow and see what's up there.
All right, so today's topic we want to talk about is self-confidence and forgiveness. So,
Forgiveness.
which one do you want to start with? Because those are big topics.
I feel like forgiveness should be the first one, and then confidence should come after it. Because forgiveness is not just forgiving others; it's also forgiving yourself. And once you forgive yourself, that confidence comes out. So, I don't know how you feel about that. Like, do you agree?
Oh, 100% I agree. Actually, forgiveness came first for me. Yep, I had a best friend, brother actually, part of my group. I've known him since, I think we were, I want to say 9, and then we're not friends anymore, but that was the first time ever I've learned about like true forgiveness. About having to forgive someone for not only their mistakes but my own, but it also pushed me to learn a lot about being patient as well. I think with forgiveness comes patience and understanding. And that's something I didn't have for 2 years after we stopped being friends. I was too upset to see it.
Yeah, and people have this, like, I would say everyone has this, like, ideal way of forgiveness, right? Like, everyone's like, I have to forgive this person first. No, you have to go through this trial. And either you're into faith or you're into anything like that. I mean, people use alcohol, drugs, just to forgive someone or even forgive themselves. Honestly, that's how I see it. But for me, I had to forgive the people that hurt me so I can build my relationship with God. Since I'm trying to be a faithful person to God again. And like I said to you before, like, I made a list of everyone that has hurt me in the past, but then there's always that one person that didn't hurt me, and I would love to, like, reconnect with them. Right. So forgiving the people that actually done me wrong helps you clear the soul. Honestly, clear the soul 100%, and it makes you happier as a person. And I feel like even if you're not a religious person, just sitting there and praying without even saying God's name, it helps you clear your mind. And, like, that's how I started. Like, I would just sit in my room and pray about, like, what do I even do with my life? Like, how do I get through this? And then that comes into that confidence again. Like, once you start forgiving everything and accepting everything that has happened in the past, that whole confidence, like, just goes through the roof, right?
Yep.
And, like, I'm pretty sure you agree with that, too.
Yeah, like, we smile because we know.
Yeah, because, like, man, when I see your Instagram, like, the confidence, like, every post, that confidence is out.
Well, it's a double layer thing. So I make the post, but I have the mindset of, like, I'm going to make this post for myself, but I'm also going to make it for someone that was where I was when I didn't have this. Because I never had, like, even all throughout my life, I've always had low self-esteem and confidence from stuff as a child. It was terrible. And, you know, as an adult and, like, seeing where I progressed and how much I've changed, it's important to me to show someone, okay, I have confidence, but I want to show you how you can, like, truly have the confidence. Because people think it's like, oh, I get confidence from all these girls or money or status with my house or status with my car. But that's external. The internal is what matters. And I believe that with self-confidence comes self-love. And that's what took me, I want to say, 20 years to figure out how to do it. Wow. 22 now, but it took me 20 years to actually love myself. I've never, up until the age of 19, I just did not like myself. But I portrayed myself as someone like, oh, he's always been cool, he's chill, he's so nice. It's like, yeah, I can switch it up. I can turn on, like, the fake Larry, but being, like, the real me,
it helps.
It helps a lot more.
Real.
I was always an introverted person, so it was like there's always, like, a shield here, an iron wall there. You know, there's tons of walls I put up for people because I feel like I was never too comfortable with myself growing up. I was like, how can anybody be comfortable with me if I can't even first be comfortable with myself? In my own mind as well, because, like, that's where it all happens.
And the mind really messes you up.
Oh, yeah.
About self-confidence. Like, everyone has self-confidence, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
And what really, really ruins self-confidence is the devil. And I'm not trying to bring in religion, but, like, the devil plays into it and people play into it. That's why that forgiveness is there. You got to forgive what those people have said to you. And, like, I was the same way. I used to be a huge extrovert in high school. Like, everyone knew me. I was a water polo player, Junior Olympics. But I was lacking that self-confidence as well because one, I was told that I didn't have the right body shape. Two, I just didn't look like this pretty girl and all this stuff. Like, everyone had this high expectation of me.
Right.
And so, when I stepped away from high school and I realized who my real friends are, who actually support me, it helped me build that confidence. Once you fill your life up with good people who are there for you 100%, like, that confidence is going to be there because you're like, dang, this person supports me. This person's there for me. They're behind my back. My self-confidence is, like, through the roof. And so, and, like, once you meet that person, it's like, no, you can't do that. Or, no, you don't look good in that. Like, that's okay to have, but if they're degrading you 100% and you know they're meaning it to hurt you, then why keep that? Because your confidence is going to go away. And then how are you going to forgive yourself again? Because you're letting this person do that to you. And that's why forgiveness is a big thing. And I know some people don't understand, like, forgiveness is a big thing. But honestly, if you really start reading the Bible or you start listening to other podcasts about forgiveness, that isn't even like, I don't know how should I say, like, there's podcasts that talks mostly about forgiveness and self-love and all that type of stuff. But just talking about it in other scenarios like YouTube and all that stuff, it helps other people so they're not alone. So social media plays a big part of helping others, like what you're doing now, which I said, I support you, man. Larry, I support you.
Appreciate it.
And like, people like you help other people get out of those dark places. And that is a saint in my eyes. Like, social media wasn't a big place for us when we were younger.
Oh, and it was like non-existent. It was weird. Like, think about like technology, social media. Like, we had to go outside to talk to people. I didn't have a phone.
Yeah, and now because of like COVID and people being inside, like, we have that word COVID babies and COVID kids. They're stuck inside. Like, they don't know how to socialize. So they watch podcasts, they watch YouTube, they watch TikTok, and they're watching such negative things and these body, not body. I want to say it's body positivity in my eyes, but like, people who start saying like this is the ideal body, like that confidence in these kids' eyes start going away, and they don't have that anymore. So when they start listening to confident and positive and uplifting podcasts, it helps them be that way. And that's why I support stuff like this 100%. Because I wish I had that, honestly. I wish I had that when I was younger.
Oh, same.
But we didn't have that. We had to figure out ourselves. The fact that you said it took you 20 years and you're 22 now. Like, you had to do that by yourself without social media. And it's sad that we had to go through hell to figure out where we belong. But nowadays, these youngins, of course, social media ruins their minds.
Right.
But yet we have this influence that teaches self-love and confidence. And that's what we see, all these girls being baddies and these guys being... Yeah,
like the red pill, like, oh yeah, you can have a rotation of women, get the money, get the status, and you can pick and choose who you want instead of like actually looking for true companionship.
Yeah, and like people who force that confidence out of themselves isn't real.
Oh, you can sense
and
that.
And it hurts them, right?
Yeah, it's insecurity.
Yeah, insecurity, but they say that they're confident. It's like, no. If you're doing this like for yourself truly, that's confidence. But if you're doing this to please others, that's not confidence.
Yeah.
And people needed, like, I would say, like, someone that's going through, like, am I doing this for myself, needs to really sit down by themselves and just not even pray, nothing like that. Just sit in the room by themselves, just thinking, like, is this me? Does this help me? Does this help others see me? Instead of, am I putting a front? Am I putting a two-face? Like, you don't want to be two-faced because that's how you start drawing in the negative people. And that's what confidence is all about, is being around other confident people, being confident for yourself, and forgiving those who hurt you. Because, like, honestly, what really helped me build my confidence is saying F you to those people. I forgive you, but F you, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me vibe,
That's right.
Like, you just have to, like, accept, like, everything nowadays, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is accepting yourself. That was the hard part. I always feel like my entire life I've been playing a game of chess with myself. I always feel like, oh, I'm losing. I can't do anything right. I can't look right. I can't speak right. I always had these like, oh, dyslexia is bad. I always feel like I was stupid, or I always felt like I was less than my entire life. And I'd have these people that would tell me like, but you're great and everything. But it's like, I'd accept compliments. I like them, but I didn't believe it because I didn't believe in myself. So my mom could tell me like, oh, you're great, or my best friends could tell me like, oh, you're the coolest person I know. It's like, I might be doing the actions that might prove it, but I truly don't believe it because I don't see it.
Yeah, and to me, like, I'm sorry that, like, makes you feel that way, but
right.
Honestly, sometimes true friends who notice that say that are saying it with true intent. Mm-hmm. Other people just say that and then turn around and be like, ew.
Oh, no,
they're fucking ugly. Or, ew, they look so
It was an insecurity for me because I think growing up, I've had tough love. Very, very tough love. But for my mom, it was needed for me to become who I was. But for my father, it was very bad. But,
sorry.
Yeah, so, I don't know. And people, like, tell me, like, oh, you're, like, my best friend. Like, I've done so much good stuff for my entire life. But for some reason, my insecurity would kick in. But I wouldn't let myself, like, feel how I should feel about it. I feel like I just don't know how to... I don't know what to say. I don't know how to take it because I don't know who I am.
Yeah.
I don't forgive myself or forgive people that hurt me in the past. I don't know how to accept your gifts of like love or that was a big one for me. It's accepting like someone's love.
And you have to have confidence with love.
Yeah.
Because confidence, it's not just the way you look, the way you talk. Mm-hmm. It's love.
Yeah, and
family, and having that confidence in faith and confidence with your sport. Confidence represents everything.
Yeah, and embodies the full aspect of a person.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And like having confidence with love is also a big aspect of it, should I say. Like, if you're confident with yourself, then you're going to have confidence falling in love and accepting. Like, love doesn't represent a relationship. It represents people who are giving you that time and that quality and that confidence and that, you know, that affection that you need. Like, it could be from a friend, it could be from a family member, it could be from a girl or boy, whatever. Yeah. And people who are so focused on, like, that confidence and that love out of a relationship, I feel like is toxic. Like, I feel like building confidence from friends first helps you build the confidence to fall in love with the person. Because, you know, that person that you'll fall in love with will start, like, totally degrading you. But you have those friends in the corner saying, F them, like, you are so good looking. And you need to accept that.
Right.
And Larry, bro, you are so confident. Y'all have no idea, like, he was at the fair being so confident with me. And we had a group of people, but out of that whole group, we were the most vocal ones. And you can just tell the self-confidence. Because, like, hey, if no one's going to start the conversation, why can't I?
Yeah.
And it's always good to start as that. Like, that's how you build your self-confidence. If you're in a group of people and it's super dead and people are on their phones, which I hate, like, that's not hanging out with people. Like, you're just on your phone texting them literally right next to you.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Speak your fucking truth, right? And, like, when you have someone that breaks the silence, that is the confidence. That's showing everyone, like, oh, this person wants to start talking. Like, they're confident to actually say a word to us. So seeing that at the fair and seeing how many times I've met you so far, like, you can tell you're a confident person. Right. But you're still working on, like, this makes me happy and also this is me. Not, I'm forcing it out. I'm not saying you're forcing it, but, like,
there'll be some funny times, like the top G stuff, like all that's like funny stuff. But for the most part, if I'm making everybody smile, like it's all
that matters. And also, that builds your confidence. The fact that you're making others happy,
100%,
can make you happy as well, and that builds your confidence as a person. And you should be proud of that. And I'm saying this as like a true friend, not just because we're on a podcast, but like you should accept every single compliment you get, even if it's fake. It builds your confidence up. I hate it when people like, that's how they get big-headed. No, you're not getting big-headed. It's helping you be this bad bitch person that's like, well, fuck whoever says I'm this type of person. Because I don't think that way. I don't feel that way. I can say whatever. That's why before, I used to not be a very opinionated person. I used to be like a huge, huge pushover. I took everything and anything from everybody. But once I start realizing people are screwing me over, people are hurting me, I start, like, taken these abuse from everyone, verbal and physical. Like my first ever abusive relationship, I let this guy do so many horrible things to me. I didn't have the confidence, like, which I wish I had back then, to say, no, you're not going to do this to me, you're not. But it took me time to build that confidence. Like, I know what I want, and I'm going to be vocal about it. Like, if I'm talking to, even in, like, a friendship with anyone, like, I'm going to say, like, if you don't represent this and this and this and this, I don't want you as a friend, because, like, that's affecting me mentally, and that's not going to help me as a person, because then I'm going to start killing myself on the inside, killing who I am truly, and that confidence is gone. And so people who are like, well, I'm sorry, like, please forgive me, but how many times am I going to let that happen? Like, you're killing me inside. You're killing the true me, because you're emotionally damaging me as well. And I'm not trying to be that type of person, like, well, fuck you if you have issues. No, if I give you help, which was a big issue of mine back then, like, I kept giving help to people, they will listen to it, but they won't use it, and then they blame me for it, and that hurts me. So I want to keep the people who takes my advice. They don't have to use the whole advice, but they use a little bit, and if it changes them a little bit, that just shows that they care and they're listening, and that helps me with my confidence that I'm helping these other people. It helps me, right?
Right.
And so, again, like, that love should be part of it too. Like, if you truly love someone, they will show it, and it takes time. Like, yes, someone can say, I love you, but what do they mean by I love you? Like, I love you can just be like, oh, I'm going to use this against them, you know? And it's sad to say that. So then that comes that forgiveness part. Like, someone can say I love you so many times, and they can hurt you so many times, but you need to forgive them for that. But then you're going to see I love you as just another word. That's why I love you is to me, it's like a cuss word, right? Like, you can get offended. So when someone says I love you to me, I'm like, whoa, like, that has trauma to it. But I forgive those people who put that love on there. So now I'm working on that too. Like, working on that I love you word, working on love. It takes time, but you have to build that confidence to take that time. You know? Like, it just takes so much.
It takes a lot. The whole I love you part, I'm still working on that. Because
you don't need to feel pushed to say it, or even not show it, but, like, you can show it, but don't make it obvious, like, because you're working on it, right? You gotta build that confidence. Yeah,
that's a big area for me. Because last year I got hurt extremely bad by somebody.
Fuck them. Sorry.
Exactly. No, 100%. And,
you know, they get them.
That was the first time I think I cried in, like, forever, because I don't know. Oh, I was working on myself because I had time away from the person, so I was actually becoming the best version of myself while kind of distracting myself from the fact that I missed them. Like, I'm not gonna think about it, but I probably should have at least let myself feel how I feel. Like, things ended bad, and it ended right there, and I told myself, I'm not gonna feel negative about it. I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna become better friends with the people around me. And then one day, I got a message from the person out of nowhere, and I don't know, I just crashed because I felt like I built myself up, and then this person comes back that I wanted to be in my life so bad, that I loved, and apparently they loved me, because, you know, we've known each other forever.
Like, it takes time.
Oh, yeah.
It takes so much time.
But it was too fast for me, too. Like, I was like last year, I was like a monster compared to this year. Like, I was on top of everything. And then, not even a week before my birthday, this person comes back in my life, and, oh, I'm sorry that you're nothing but perfect to me, and yada, yada, yada. And then a couple of days later, found out she's talking to two of my great friends and trying to get stuff out of them. So not only does she ghost me to work on herself in her life, left me hanging, left me wondering if I did something wrong, if I hurt her, which I kept thinking to myself, like, all throughout, like, January, February, March, and April, like, what did I do? I've never, to deserve this. Like, well, at first I didn't think when it first happened, I was like, oh, I must have done something wrong, because I've never had someone just walk out like that. So that's my best friend. And when you actually love someone different from a friendship and actual relationship, it hits you different. So, he left my life, and then I started posting pictures of my friends, and out of nowhere in April, he sends them a text message first and not me. He avoided talking to me until the day after that. So when I talked to her the day after, like, hey, I know that you talked to my two friends, and what's up? And, you know, he told me, like, oh, this is on laundry list of why I didn't want to talk to you anymore. And I cried. I felt broken again.
Honestly, like, you should not she should have not done that.
Yeah.
And I'm very opposite from that.
Mhm.
Because I used to be the exact same way. I would accept someone coming back to my life like that as so toxic as that. Not trying to be mean, but like, that's toxic. And how I am nowadays is like, once you break up, you're done. I block you on everything. I don't want to have contact. Because like, once you try to wiggle your way back into my life, that toxicity comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, these people are like, oh, I'm a changed person. No one truly changes until they take that long break from someone. And but no matter what, I've heard that so many times, but now, for me, like, I tell this to every guy I've ever dated or any person in general, like, once we break up or once something bad happens to us or some fallout happens, you're out of my life. Because one, that's when I need to work on myself, and that's when you need to work on yourself. We need time from each other. So I'm blocking you on everything. I'm not talking to you. I don't want you seeing what I'm posting. I don't want none of that. I don't want to see whatever you're posting as well. Because honestly, like, I don't want to keep that toxicity, right?
You can't.
I have forgiven them, but I'm not going to accept them back. Because, again, like, they can wiggle their way back and manipulate me again.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll use the past against me, right? Even though I forgave the past. But those are the type of people that will use the past again just to hurt you again and make you a worse person again. So, how, just listening to that, like, honestly, I would block that person. If they have hurt you...
Oh, they're gone.
Okay, good, because I was about to be like bad bitch vibes. Like, we need to get that bad bitch out of here.
It wasn't as hard as I thought. After giving it, like, a couple of days, I was just kind of shocked that, like, person comes back and then, you know, tries to get stuff from people I know, and then turns out, oh, my life's just a mess, I'm struggling with these issues, and then kind of blames it on, like, external stuff.
That's why people like that needs to work on themselves and work on their confidence and forgiving themselves and forgiving whoever hurt them. And that's not your job to do, though.
Yeah.
That is not your job to make them work on themselves. Like,
I wasted time with that for about a year or so.
Well, now you learn. Everyone learns. Yeah. And
I was trial by fire.
I just realized, like, all your pop figures. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. We gotta talk about that at some point. There's more in my room I gotta show you.
I collect them, too!
If my friends are watching this, so they guys are, like, makes fun of me, like, oh, you got pop figures, and...
Bro, I have
them. They're cool. My friends don't like them.
Well, what? Well, if you're the friends, screw you. They're great.
100% of my group.
And a lot of them are worth a lot of money now.
Yeah.
Sir.
Get 'em
Some
bored.
of these are collectibles. One of them I can see is a collectible for sure.
Yeah, the four at the bottom and that golden Spider-Man one.
Yeah,
That's
those are collectibles.
Yep.
Because I had to take mine. I know they're worth more in the box. I had to take all of mine out of the box because when I moved, some of them got damaged. Wow. So when I buy new ones, it just doesn't look right. So I have to take those out of the box.
Yeah. I get that.
They're not worth nothing now. But I'm not gonna get rid of them. But some of these, those are worth something. Like I bought the newer Alice. Sorry for the change of subject, but like sometimes you need to change the subject to like, you know, recoup. But I have the newer Alice in Wonderland released pop figure, the one with the flowers, where she's in the flower bed. That's my favorite scene in the movie. And like anything with Alice in Wonderland, I love because I don't know, that movie helps me with my confidence again.
That's good.
Finding a movie that helps you build that confidence, like it represents you, helps, because like Alice in Wonderland, like it's okay to be weird. That's why that movie has been with me since like birth, basically. Like I don't like Tim Burton. I don't like the Tim Burton version, but I like the original one because like it's about being weird and being okay and accepting the weirdness. And again, that's a movie that helped my confidence 100%. So I have a bunch of like Funko Pops that has Alice in it.
I gotta see those. That's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, I'll send you pictures when I get home. Like I have her doing the curtsy, and then I have her in the flower garden.
They made a game for that. I think there's 2 games out.
Really? Alice in Wonderland?
Yep. Nick plays them. Yeah.
Nick, if you're watching this, what's good? Can I come over and play? Because I don't have a PC or anything like that. I'm very old school. I'm an old lady.
It's pretty cool. I think you'd like it. It's like 3D platform with action, but yeah, that's pretty great.
Wait, Wait, did my phone turn off when you saw that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
But-
Sorry, y'all. But anyways, yeah, like, man.
So a movie that helped me, it's I love Will Smith. Everybody knows that. That's probably why I'm like, I'm kind of. I guess that's kind of how I get some of what I'm like from him. It was called The Pursuit of Happiness.
And I feel like people who find like, I know Jim Carrey's a big one.
He's on my list.
And yeah, Jim Carrey
It easily go.
Oh, also Adam Sandler. Those are the people that really help people that have that like natural goof about them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that natural goof. You saw how I am. Like, I'm a natural goof, and you are a natural goof too. But there's people out there who don't accept the natural groove.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start finding a actor or an actress that kind of also has your type of vibe, I feel like it should help you build that confidence. Because like the fact that they're acting and being their true selves and they're being well known for what they do for their job, that should be your confidence. Because like, I can be that too. I can be Jim Carrey too. Like, that's how I view. That's how I see success. Of course, I see it differently. Everybody sees success differently. But I'm like, you know what? I ask the question like, why can't I? Yeah. And and also at the same time, like, you shouldn't question yourself. Like, I can.
That's why I tell myself.
Why? Like, oh, I can't do that.
Like,
No, you can.
I don't deserve it. I'm not capable enough. I hear that a lot.
But everyone deserves a chance with everything. Like,
100%. You have to give yourself the chance. Everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna pray on a shooting star, or I'm just gonna pray about it and do nothing. I believe that you have to have faith and application. Faith without works instead. You have to prove it not only to yourself, but like push yourself to like the degree of like, I want to see this through to the end.
Right. And like, and that comes in with people.
Yeah.
That group, that true group that helps you.
Yeah.
Again, I say like, it's not your job to build someone like that, but if someone is truly, truly using other people just to benefit themselves, that's not someone you should be with. Yes, like, they're struggling and they shouldn't be alone, but at the same time, those are the people that need to be alone. Those are the people that need to work on themselves before they involve other people. Because again, like, I feel like people who spend time by themselves find their true selves.
Yep, that's how it happened recently, yes.
And obviously that just hit you. I just saw your reaction to that, and same.
Well, I was started 2018, but it progressed super fast recently.
It finally opened you up.
Well, for me, I had to lose people. Like, both my grandpas passed away 6 months apart, and one of them shouldn't even have happened. But the first one, he passed away in July from colon cancer, and the second one passed away from falling in his retirement apartment, and they got there, but it was
too late.
And it shouldn't have happened. And that was like the first step to me figuring out, okay, I have to become a man faster than I want to, because I still want to be a teen. I still want to, have fun and do stuff. But once they were gone, and I've seen how it affected everybody, it's like, well, I have 2 torches to carry in life, not just one. Like, I lost both of them, so now, people are like, oh, does that give you pressure? Does that give you weight? It's like, honestly, no. It's what I need to become the person I was meant to be, to live the life for myself and for my family and build my legacy and our last name up. And that was 2018. It was tough, but it's like I said, it got me here. That's the year. That's the year I can look at and be like, that's when it happened. That's when I at least planted the seed to become what you see today.
Yeah, and that's good that like you know the year that changed you.
Yeah, I know the exact month too. Oh, my dog also passed away 3 days before my second grandpa in December.
Bro, you just trauma dumping now? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, it was 6 months of grandpa passed away, then like, okay, we're fine. We knew it was gonna happen. Everything's fine. And then December rolls around, Christmas, everybody's getting excited, and then my dog's like having seizures and getting sick and can't walk, and then dog passes away. I'm completely broken, and a couple days later, get a phone call like, your papa, the person that raised you, like, I was closer to my grandpa on this side than my other one, but I still love both equally. But this one was tough.
And it helps you build that, like, I need to make them proud of me.
Yeah.
So that builds your confidence to work on yourself.
I have to. People are like, well, are you ever going to change your goals in terms of like how you set the bar for yourself? It's like, no, I can't. That's who I am. I can't change them.
You set in stone, but this pushes you to get to that point.
Yeah, because before that, I didn't even know what I was going to do in life. But, things happen. And and like, I'm the oldest grandson. I'm my mom's only son. There's a lot riding on me to be a person of this value to the world. So like that's why I want to do stuff on a bigger scale and like bring honor to my family's last name and just do a lot of stuff for my family and for the people around me, friends of course too. But yeah, it all came from that year, which was a very defining point for me. You know, every single year since 2018, I've gone through what I call the critical times as a joke.
Yeah.
But it's been like a part of my life where I'm at war with myself and I'm like sitting here, like I used to work at Lowe's and I used to do night shifts and I'd be so mad 'cause I hate this job, hate the people there. And hate's a strong word, but one of them I almost did. But he's lucky I'm a Christian, so he doesn't get that, you know, hatred. But, you know, I've been through like a lot of different times where like I feel lost or like I feel so confused. Like I just don't know. I set the bar so high for myself. I know who I lost. I know what I want to do it for. I just feel stuck in the mud sometimes.
Besides, you need to step back and be like,
Yeah.
okay, it's okay to feel it.
It's okay to feel that, and that's what I've been working on recently. It's like it's okay not to feel okay because there was a person named Robbie I work with at Lowe's. Hopefully you're doing all right. He would tell me all the time, it's like you're taking in so much anger and so much just bad negative emotions in from the people we work with. It's okay to not be okay. And I would tell him like, no, it's just bullcrap. Like how are you gonna let them talk to you like that? But he's more patient than I was. He's like, just feel how you want to feel, but don't let it affect your day.
Yeah, exactly. Like this happened recently too to me. Like last Saturday at my job, like my boss, he just noticed that I just didn't want to be there.
Right.
Because the day before I came to work crying and I like wiped my tears, but it still looks like I was crying. Like the makeup was there all over my face a little bit, but I tried to make it look natural. But like you could just tell like I wasn't okay. But like throughout the day, he decided to ask me like, "Hey, you want to go work outside with the boys and just like help move around furniture?" And I said yes. Like I try not to make it look like, "Oh yeah, I need to go out there. I don't want to be around." But I was like, "Heck yeah, go help the guys." Like me being how I am at work, I'm very, very happy. Like I'm a joyful person because it brings joy to other coworkers. So I want to be that joyful one. And so when it was time for me to be done out there, like I came inside and just sat behind the front desk, and there was this little celebrity. Honestly, I don't know who she is, but she's starred in some movies, but I think they're just like small movies here and there. Not trying to degrade this little girl, but like when they were saying like, "Oh, everyone knows her," I was like, I don't know this girl. Just me being me. Like I don't care about that. But like everyone was just so shocked to meet this girl, and I was the only one that was just sitting there like straight facing it, not looking like I don't care. Like honestly, I did not care, and also I was just out of it. Didn't want to be social. Just didn't want to be around people. And my boss was like, "Hey, come here. I want to talk to you." And I was like, "Oh crap, am I in trouble?" And so he just sits me down and goes, "Hey, you doing all right?" And I was like, "Honestly, man, no." And I was like, I wanted to tell you yesterday I didn't want to come to work, but I held back my tears and I just continued working that day. And that's why I wanted to go work outside when you ask. And he goes, "You want to go home and take the rest of the day and just sit in your room and pray and like actually pray and have all the lights off and just you and maybe some worship music and just pray." And guess what I did? I did do that, and it helped me a lot. And now it's helping me realize like it's okay to not be okay, like you said. But when someone notices it and they just like come up to you like, "Hey, like it's okay. Like you can take this day off and like you need to focus on yourself." And that's what's big about self-confidence. Like you need to focus on yourself. Like if you're having that day where you're just having a crappy time, you're not even like focused, you're not thinking straight, everything's pissing you off, everything's stressing you out, that's the point where you need to sit down by yourself and think about everything that you need to work on. Because if you're going to keep feeling this type of way, like it's going to build up to a worser point and it will turn you into a person that you don't want to be. And you'll be the most negative, hateful person you'll ever be in your life. And so when you finally sit down and you rethink your life, that confidence will be there and that forgiveness will start coming in. Like, I forgive myself for feeling this way. I forgive that person for doing this. I forgive this person for even saying this to me to make me feel this way. And now I'm this confident bad person. Not bad person, but like bad bitch person. To even look at someone talking to me like that ever again. Because like right when someone starts talking to me like that, I go straight to like, "You see how I am." I'm like, "Oh, you really gonna talk to me like that? Oh, really? Really?" Because, like, I'm not taking that anymore. Like, I'm not letting someone walk all over me again. Like, if you can get walked all over, cool, that's you, but that ain't me.
It's not me anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not going to be a follower. And that's a big thing nowadays, is a follower. And that's what we have because, again, social media is a big part of it. Influencer are a big part of it because everyone wants to follow down those footsteps. Everyone wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to be this, how should I say, what are they called? The OnlyFans girls. Everyone wants to be these people. But that's not self-confidence. Like, people are like, I listen to Megan Thee Stallion, I listen to Cardi B, I listen to all these songs about being a bad bitch. But I'm like, but are you that? Do you represent those things? Like, no, but they're telling me to be this way in their songs. I'm like, no. You need to figure that way yourself.
Exactly.
Yes, you can be around all these type of things, but are you going to do that for yourself truly and not feel like, oh, I need to do this because they're doing it? No, that's not confidence. That's just you being a follower. That's not confidence. It's okay to follow those people.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you're forcing it out of yourself to do that, that's not self-confidence. Self-confidence is like doing it without even asking, without even thinking about it. You just do it. And that's true confidence, is that you're just doing it with free will without even thinking twice about it. Because people who think twice about it aren't truly confident in themselves.
One foot in, 1 foot out type of thing.
Exactly, and like...
You gotta dig deep. That's the thing that I had to do. My way of improving is not conventional. I do believe that you have to... Well, I believe that you should push yourself to no end. And I know that people are like, well, why would you want to do that to yourself? Like, mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually? But I feel like, I don't know, for you to figure out who you really are and what you're really capable of in life, you have to push yourself to no end. That's what I'm doing for myself. Like, yeah, sometimes I get stressed out. I've been working on, not over pushing myself, but I know in my head I can literally see the life that I want to live with the people in it and the way I can inspire people. And I can also see myself in it and who I'm going to be on the inside. Because, like, my entire life I always felt like I'm walking on eggshells. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who I am. I'm so scared. I don't know how to do certain things. And, like, yeah, to some degree, I could say that even now I kind of have that with, like, the fear of the unknown with the future. But it's like, God illuminates the heart, right? So it's like, even though I have to go, I believe that every time I've been tried is by fire, which is how I decide to improve, to go through really hard stuff. I believe that every time I've ever gone through something hard and I didn't want to do it, I came out of it way better than I ever would have thought I would have, going into it. And that's just my way of improving myself. I do believe you have to push yourself to no end. But I wouldn't say it's for everybody. It's not. This is just for someone that's me that wants to, it's when I amount to something for myself and for my family and my friends. Yeah. And for me to do that, I have to push myself in a very unconventional way. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just like, I don't like doing it. I don't like the whole grind that I have or having to push myself. Sometimes I do or I don't. But I look back at 2018 or look back at the people's faces of people I love when I'm like going through something like this is what I'm doing it for, and myself as well. So I'm never going to give up on myself. I said that in a post today. It's like, I've always walked on eggshells. I've always had fear or something weird or whatever, but I'm
not weird. It's just how you feel.
Yeah. Or I always felt like weird or just, insecure, but, I had to fake myself. But I'm never giving up on myself, I've noticed. I might have gone through, like, times where I just didn't know anything about myself, but I'm never threw in the towel. I'm never going to do that to myself. Especially now. Too much is riding on me.
Yeah. And it's like finding that perfect, like, aesthetic for yourself. Like, a style you like.
Yeah, a style you like.
It's like working on yourself. Like, you're trying to find what you like for yourself. And that's just like finding an aesthetic, finding, stuff that just represents you as a person. And that's totally okay to feel that way,
Oh, yeah.
And, I don't know, like, that's, like, life is just crazy. Life is just crazy.
It's crazy, and I definitely think...
and having faith, having God part of your life, and I know a lot of people will be like, oh, religion, ew, this conversation can go for hours. Honestly, it can, but I'm just going to say this in this part, is that if you have religion part of your life, it helps you. Because religion sets not a bar, but it sets an example of what you should have in your life.
Yep.
And that's why I turned back to faith, because, like, honestly, I used to be so bad. I told you, like, I used to be so bad back then. And if I didn't change the way I was, I would probably be in prison. Like, honestly, I would have been a bad person. But now I have faith in my life. Like, I'm a good person. I'm clean, and I'm doing good. And that's what I love right now. So.
I'm happy for you. Truly.
And I'm happy for you because you're working on yourself.
Yeah.
And you're finding what makes you happy as a person. And you should be proud of that. So
I take my time. That's something new.
Don't feel pushed. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Don't feel pushed.
I take some time to like talk to myself. Be like, you know what? That was pretty good that we went through that. Good job. Like I'll talk to myself. Have that positive conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's new to me though. It's very new.
Yeah, and like you don't need to feel like that's weird. Like some people are like, oh, you're talking to yourself. No.
I'll just write something down, or I'll say it in my head. Like when I'm done working out, I'll sit in my car, or like I'll look in the mirror when I'm done working out. Look in my eyes and like just say like, wow, like this is who you are. This is how far you can push yourself, and I know you can go even further.
Amen.
And like look at what you're doing with other people. It's like why stop here when you have like such a long way to go?
And when people start seeing that, they're like, dang, this person's confident. Like the fact that he's even acknowledging he looks good. Or like acknowledging he did something good for himself. Like that will help them start.
Because I've spent my entire life. I bet you there's so many blessings I maybe not consciously know of anymore because I spent most of my life either looking down or looking at everybody else and what they're doing, and blessings were just tossing over my head. God's like, here's a blessing. Oh, I'm not looking.
Yeah,
I'm too busy focusing on either lack of confidence or I don't feel like this or I don't feel like I'm amounting to anything. So as an adult, I don't want to miss any blessings. I want to try to catch them all. As,
don't lose your opportunity.
Don't lose my opportunity because I've seen. I believe everybody has an impact. If you look throughout history, if you look through different cultures, different whether they're good or bad people, you go from Hitler all the way to bad influence all the way to someone like I don't know, maybe like Martin Luther King, Abraham Lincoln, anybody. Everybody like whether you're a big person and you're well known or whether you're just just a normal person, you have an impact.
You gotta go through hell to make it beautiful.
Yeah, and look at what you can do. You can inspire others. You can give people hope. Like when I don't tell people this. I don't think most of my friends know, but me and my church we go to. It's called Brother Bill's. It's like a place in Dallas. Like you help like the homeless and all that. It's like when I see like a woman come with their kids, like oh you saved my life. Like I don't understand how to handle that because I'm
you did nothing.
I feel like I did, but I actually did a lot. So, like I want
you being there.
Yeah, and I want to do it for the right reasons. Like I don't even consider. I never tell people it's like. Oh, you're such a good person. I want to live more to earn that. I'm a person that's improving. I don't consider myself a good person because everybody thinks they're good. I want to be someone that like
a narcissist, like they. Yeah. You can.
I want to earn that title through, like I said, trial by fire. I'm not without. I have sin and everything. I definitely struggle a lot, but what I can say is that I'm one step closer to being the person that I knew I should have become like a long time ago.
And you're proving yourself.
Yeah, I'm proving it to myself.
You prove yourself to people without saying it.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people that say things.
Oh, they say it and they're good at talking.
But they're not doing it.
No application behind it.
And those type of people should really listen to themselves first before they speak it. You know? Think before you speak type of thing.
Yeah.
Because that's not their confidence talking. That's just what they want to say. But they don't have the confidence to do it. So when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, if you're not confident to listen to your own word, then you should not be saying those things. You're not a confident person at all. You need to be confident in the whole thing you're preaching.
Yeah. You have to be all in. You can't
you
can't be lukewarm. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, because like when someone tells me like, oh, cake is bad for you, but they're eating it in front of you, you're like, well, what the heck? So why should I even listen to what you say? I'm going to eat my cake. So that's the whole thing when people are like that. I'm just like, well, if you're going to do it, then why can't I? But yet you're saying I shouldn't. And they're like, oh, well, I'm looking out for you. I'm like, no, you got to look out for yourself first. At the end of the day, push comes to shove, people pick themselves first over you. And that's why I have this saying, like, this is why I love having faith in my life, having God in my life. It's like, if I'm stranded on an island by myself, it's only me and God, nobody else. So when I'm in a group of people and something bad happens where we all can get in trouble, everyone starts picking and choosing. Even if they're your best friends, they're like ride or die. They ain't ride or die. Because again, push comes to shove, everyone's going to defend themselves than you. So you should have that confidence to be like, I don't need these people to push me under the bus. I have the confidence to like face it and like forgive it and like be there fully to prove to everyone like you don't need to start pushing and shoving. I am the person that has the confidence to even acknowledge like, yes, I did it wrong. Yes, I did that. Yes, I broke that. instead of, oh no, well, he was here and he was there. Like, that's not it. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's why this conversation is good to have, is like that forgiveness and confidence. This is a conversation that everyone should be listening to at all times.
And it's multi-layered, you know. First, you have to accept reality, take accountability. Most people I know can't do that. It's very hard, you know. Most of the world can't even do that. Like, when I mess up, or I don't know, like, I talk to myself very harshly. Like, I'm harsh with my friends when it comes to like real talk in real life, but not harsher than I am with myself. I am terribly harsh with myself. But I take accountability. I look at reality like, hey, you're not where you should be yet. Go ahead and get there. Don't slack.
I need time away from this to focus on this.
Yeah, and I'll take my time to work on that stuff and, you know, get comfortable with who I am and my self-talk, and like actually take accountability. Like, hey, you gotta work harder. You gotta stop slacking. You don't want to go to the gym, go anyways.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to hang out with people because maybe you had a bad day. Do it anyways.
Take time for yourself.
Yeah.
It's important. I feel like everyone should do that.
Yeah. And I heard it's in the Bible. It's a quote. I wish I knew exactly what verse. It's a quote. Many are called, but few are chosen. And that's how I look at life. I want everybody I know to be called, but I can only do what I can to inspire or, you know, help out people. But I definitely want to be one of the ones that are chosen to do something great, not only for my little community or here where we live, but also maybe hopefully on a global scale. And if not, I already know that in my 22 years of life, I've done so much for people I might not ever even know. Like I talked about with seeing like the homeless and whatnot, helping them out, or I go to retirement homes sometimes. Like I don't tell people because like everybody's like you should do that, you know, but no one actually does it. But I actually do. But I don't want to say it because I don't want to come off as prideful.
Acknowledge it to people.
Yeah, I don't like ever bring it up, but I just bring it up as a point. Is like I see the impact that I have on people. Like, oh, I told you earlier, like this woman told me like I saved your life, or you know, stuff like that. It's like even though it's hard and I don't know how to take it, it's like I'm gonna continue doing this because I know that ultimately my life is bigger than myself. Yes, I'm the main character, whatever you want to say. I'm the author writing my chapter, my story. But when I have kids or when I hang out with my friends and whatnot, I have to take into account that I'm like one piece of the overall bigger puzzle in life. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that.
We're all part of a big old video game.
Yeah, I believe that everything has purpose and everything in my life is way bigger than myself. I'm just one person that's trying to amount to something and be all I can be to see how far I can literally push myself. I want to see who I can be at the max of all my potential as a person. Like when I end up, hopefully, you know, I get to live long. Even if I don't, at least I want to know. Even if something actually happens.
I was going to yawn when you said that too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, when it is my time, whenever that is, I want to know that at least if I didn't hit all the super high goals I set for myself, which are very, very big, that at least squeeze all the potential that I have, like the essence of who I am. It's all squeezed. Like I can look back and be like,
I did it.
I have nothing left to give. It's paid in full, blood, sweat, and tears. I actually made a Twitter post. It's always going to be pinned. It was saying like, until my parents can get what they want, until my friends are at the top of the mountain with me, and until I help my community and world, then it'll all be paid in full. I think that's word for word.
And that's a goal set in your life, and that I feel like everyone should have that goal.
Yeah,
it's the confidence to finish that goal.
I hope that I live long enough to fully see that.
Don't say that. You are gonna live long.
Yeah, I'm just saying you never know what happens, but like every day I take it as a blessing. Even when I mess up, even on days where I miss the mark completely, and I'm like, you know what, you aren't being the person that you should have been today. Even on those days, I'm still happy that like, man, the sun shines on the wicked and the just, right? Yeah. So one day it's like I do believe one day, and hopefully for everybody else I know, it's like they can squeeze all that potential out of themselves and be like, you know what, I have nothing left to give. I laid it all out. It's all out there. This is who I am, and this is who I became. This is the impact that I made.
This is me. This is.
It's like
just that song in your head. Just like confidence. That confidence. I'm hearing that confidence.
Took a lot.
It takes
trial by fire. It's always going to be like that for me. I think that's just my way of improving myself. So I don't really like it, but it's been working.
It's pushing you. It's pushing you.
Most people have different ways of improving themselves. I have to do more because of the people that I've lost and the people that I want to help out more, and for myself as well to be the person I knew I was meant to be. So most people don't have to have that pressure on themselves, but I need it. Without this stuff, I don't know who I am. If it wasn't for the way I talked, if it wasn't for my heart or losing my grandpas, or if it wasn't for my group of friends and my family, I don't know what type of goals I'd have or who I'd be. But right now, I'm never going to change it up. I still have to keep changing my heart, but my goals will stay the same. But the essence of who I am, I hope will continue to change and improve.
Yeah.
And inspire, like, other people, so, yeah.
Amen to that, brother.
Yeah.
Larry, man, amen to that. Wait, they know your real name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so chill about that. Everybody knows.
Okay, because, like, you introduce yourself as your...
Cosmic Heayman, but Larry, or the Destined One, whatever stuff I go by, but...
My boy Larry! My confident Larry!
It took a lot, so I'm just thankful that I can talk to you about that. I used to struggle so much opening up, so I'm just glad that I can have a conversation.
And we can have a conversation even without a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, y'all don't understand, like, I've opened up to you about certain things, and you have opened up to me about certain things. Everyone has that person, and it's always the most unexpected person to open up to. Because, like, yeah, you can open up to your best friend, but then you meet a new person down the road that you just have that natural feeling for. It doesn't have to be in a relationship. It doesn't have to be any of that. A friendship, a true friendship, right when you feel that confidence to start opening up, that's how you know it's a real friendship. And that's how I see you, Larry. Yeah. Right? Well, every time we started posting these confident posts, I'm like, this boy's gonna be my friend, because, like, that's how I want to be. Like, well, I kind of see it. I have it, but, like, it helps more to have another confident person in your life, because, like, you're gonna start going. We are gonna start going out together, like, being that friendship that's, like, super confident. You don't care what other people think. We can be weird. We can be loud. We're in our early 20s. Who cares? We gotta start being an adult. We can be mature, but we can have our kids. Yeah,
we can have fun, because, I mean, life, as much as you hear me talk about push yourself, go through the fire, it's like, have some fun. Yeah, like, take a break from the grind set.
Yes. Be your freaking self. That's how I tell everyone. Be your that's why I do the whole speak your fucking truth.
That's I like your saying there. You say that a lot, I like it. I don't know what I say a lot. I say, like, a lot of stuff, like, I'm just grinding.
Guys, it's gonna be a merch. Like, on my tattoo merch, it's gonna say, speak your fucking truth.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna be bad to wear around people, but, like, it's such
confidence.
It's a confident thing, because, like,
sometimes you have to say stuff harshly. I've watched a lot of David Goggins. I'm not sure if you know who that is. He was a Navy SEAL and whatnot, but he speaks with a lot of curse words, like, oh yeah, you gotta fucking push yourself, like, but you have to sometimes, because, like, you gotta emphasize the fact that this matters.
That feeling of, like, come on, like, you need to get up. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like, why are you sitting here sad for yourself?
And, like, when people are like, you shouldn't be cussing, I'm like, honestly, I was raised like a sailor, and I try not to cuss around certain people, because I know it makes other people uncomfortable, like, people I know, and other places. Like, you have to, like, know your time and place. Like, me like this, I'm okay to cuss, because, like, honestly, this is the time to cuss.
Yeah, I mean, so much is, like, there's so much you could say and emphasize with that, and I do it too, so, I mean, you should see me when I stream. It's bad when we're playing games.
What the fuck? Well, that's video games, though.
Yeah, but in real life and whatnot, I do it. It just, I only do it mostly when I'm joking around, or, like, when I'm, like, having to explain something. If I'm talking to the guys, like, with the stuff we talked about. The guys, like, well,
am I a guy now? Yeah, I'm a boy. I'm one of the boys.
We the boys.
I'm one of the boys.
Them boys.
Them boys? That's what...
Is that what the chat's called?
It's the boys.
Oh, like, I don't know my stuff. The boys, but, yeah. That's all good.
Chat.
That's so hard to keep up with it.
Should I?
I don't know.
Guys, I'm gonna post that we're doing a podcast, because y'all have no idea, like, Larry's told me he's been, like, hasn't been making any videos lately. Yeah, but this is gonna push it. Y'all are gonna see me more in these podcasts, because, like, I support him. I support his dream to have a podcast. Because I remember, like, a year ago being friends with someone, being told that, like, he has a podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna be that one friend that pushes this, because that you need that one person that pushes you to continue. Because this is fun to do. Just talking.
I'm glad you like it. It's
fun. I keep looking at that like that's gonna do anything, but like
it's cool.
It makes you happy to see your podcasting.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that you take an interest to it. Like I said, you're the first in-person guest I've ever had. Too, so no one's gonna.
Guys, I'm first lady at Cosmos.
So
Cosmic.
Hey,
Cosmic. Same thing. Cosmic. I'm the first lady. Ain't any girl that shows up to the... I'm looking at it like I'm talking.
that's all I do with you.
You're like, this is set in stone. Ain't no girl gonna change that. I'm the first lady of the Cosmic. So what's up? Like,
What's up? What's good?
it was good. What's Gucci?
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, no, I appreciate it. Anything else you want to say?
Y'all, I am also a tattoo artist. Like I said, go follow me on Instagram. It is Kaylin Nugget. That is KaelinNugget. Kaylin Nugget. I am a upcoming tattoo artist. I do American traditionals, fine line. I can do everything, but those two I'm happy to do. If you're open to get a tattoo here in Dallas, Texas, just hit me up and I'll be there. And I help promote everyone's small business because I am also a small business. And soon you'll be seeing merch from Mr. Cosmic and me because I'm definitely be doing a lot of collabs, most definitely. And I'll be tattooing him up.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. He's gonna be a client of mine, guys. You have no idea. Like, you'll be seeing my work on him, and we'll be representing each other, man. Like, best friends for life at this point. Once you get tattooed by me, best friends for life. I don't care. In. Yes, sir. But y'all should go hit me up and see what's up and support my boy Larry here and help him have that confidence to keep pushing this podcast. He needs the support. It's always good to have more support out there.
I gotta stop doing it when I have critical times. I gotta start doing it
when you have the confidence, right? You can do it when you're sad.
Yeah, no.
It's good to do it when you're sad because you have so much to say.
I think it's just because, like, it's just a car question thing. So, yeah, they're coming.
And I'll be hitting up Larry, guys. Like, I will find something for us to talk about. And even, like, leave comments below on what we need to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, honestly, having two people talking about it than just one all the time.
It's hard. It's honestly hard.
Like, it's easy to feed off of each other. You know?
There's a lot you could take away from it. Because I'm an overthinker. I just think a lot. So.
Same.
I'll, like, dissect, like, okay, what can I take away from this conversation? Like, all these different things. So, I love that.
Go with the flow. It helps. It helps. But, yeah, man.
That's it.
That's it.
Right. Well, if you guys, like I said, please leave your comments down below what you guys want us to talk about. And it could be anything, honestly, because we're about as free as a free person can be, so.
No judgment here.
No judgment here. Fuck all that judgmental stuff. We're chilling.
Yeah.
So.
Judgment brings hate out of everybody. And this is a free space, free world, you know?
Yep, so.
Some people might say differently, but hey, with us in this channel, for Mr. Larry here and my social media, it's a free place to be who you want to be, man. Yeah,
be confident. Drink your alkaline water. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Take away something from it. Push yourself. Take your days off.
Yes,
and other than that, love yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with that said, I guess that's it, huh?
See you, Cosmics.
All right, you guys have a good one.